Hello to everyone. Here we are with in Posidonia in the Posidonia Green Festival after program. Y para quien hable español, bienvenidas y bienvenidos a todos. Esto es un Posidonia Off, que es básicamente una programación fuera de la programación. Switching in English, so we discover this project that for us is very, very, very good project, and we have the same goals and the same language to communicate environmental things. So I talk about the director Elena just 1 week before the festival, so we can put this beautiful project inside the festival, inside the real programmation with the real program. I hope that next year, when we will do the physical Posidonia Green Festival, cross finger, we can make something together, because this festival joined the artistic and the art contemporary language with the scientific part that protect environmental. So very good to see you there. Here we are with two artists and the director. So I let Elena to explain us a little bit what is Maritima01 and something that you want about the project.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you, first of all, thank you so much, Eduardo and Posidonia Green Festival, to invite us to your program. And about our project, I would like to say that Maritima, it's a project, it's a first edition, that's why it's 01, it's a first edition. And we prepared this project during 2 years. And luckily we have our super partner, it's University of Valencia. So we base it in Valencia. And our project articulated around art residency. So the main goal, the main mission is to create art projects with the artists and scientists about ecological, environmental, actually, situation in Mediterranean Sea and its region. So we invited artists to we bring artists and scientists together to collaborate and to create art project together. So it was the main idea of the project Maritima, and we luckily have realized the first edition this year. So we invited in Valencia 4 artists, so not invited, we involved to produce this summer 4 artists, Yann Toma, Kalie Granier, and another 2 artists, one of them from Spain and another one from Italy. So we produced 4 works, and we are happy to represent to your attention 2 works about Posidonia oceanica and about light pollution, which is very, very important. So Kalie and Yann, they will collaborate with the scientists before 2 weeks, during 2 weeks. It was like a dialogue between scientists and artists. And then it was another step, it was a step of production. So the scientists, they shared the materials, they shared the information with the artists, and with all these materials, artists produced the works. So our idea, it's not only to produce, and also we would like to disseminate as maximum as possible our works. So organizing exhibition, organizing the projects, or screening exhibitions, projection, or participating in any festivals, film festivals and video art festivals. So it's the idea of the project, and I would like to, I don't know, maybe I can explain something about how we can involve scientists in our project. I have to say that for scientists, it was very, very interesting to collaborate with the artists. And they are so interested to share the research to public. And they think that this way, through the artwork, it's just genial, it's a super idea. And for them, it's very, very interesting to share ideas with artists. So I think this first edition was very well done, despite of all these troubles and all these difficulties and all the situations in the world. So we hope next time we can produce more artworks. This year we produced only video artworks, but maybe next time we can produce more installations or something like photos or maybe paintings. So we keep going. So, and I would like to represent you more.
Yeah, just before the presentation of the core of this project, the artist, just to explain that in this speech we talk about the artist, about the project, and then after that is not direct, but after that speech, we will have the possibility to see the video arts project, so the result of this artistic residence journeying with science, and then you can see it on Facebook, Instagram of Posidonia Green Festival, and then in the website www.posidoniagreendigital.com. So in Posidonia Off, we will have special windows, and then for all this weekend, we can see starting from this Friday at night until Sunday in night. So we have 2 days to dedicate to understand this project, and maybe to make questions that I think that artist and Elena will be pleasure to answer. So please, Elena, if you want to introduce the two artists, and then I have a question for both.
Okay, I would like to introduce to you Kalie Granier. It's a French artist who based in California right now, and who was involved with a big enthusiasm to our project, who participated from beginning, and she produced very beautiful video. It was her first video. Yes, Kalie, it was her first video artwork in her career, and so it's really beautiful work. And I would like to represent you also another artist, Yann Toma, also French artist, who is more established artist who were well known in France, in Paris particularly, and he produced also a huge, great installation. And for our project, he produced short video in collaboration with one of the scientists from Valencia, who collaborate with the oceanographic of Valencia, and they trying to talk about, they show us the problematic as a light pollution for turtles. So it's very important problem, and I saw even by myself, I saw how it's difficult for scientists to explain to people, to society, to government, that it's really big problem, this light pollution. And we produced this video, and it's also very beautiful, very, very interesting to see. So maybe we can start with Kalie or Yann, I don't know how, as you prefer.
Yeah, I have just a question, and just to put the argument in a mark. So United Nations proposed for the next decade 2130 for the ocean science, as well as in the last years, experts are underlying the need of the ocean literacy, because at all levels, locals, national and international, will still need to understand into deep our marine ecosystem. And nevertheless, the 70% of our planet, is covered with water, and mostly of the ocean waters, fewer than 5% of all the world's ocean have been currently explored. So by Posidonia Green Project, we know that communicate about marine science and reach people, it's quite difficult. So we tried with a lot of arguments. Therefore, we would like to know, by your point of view as artists, has been harder to use the artistic language to explain issues related with marine science? So it's an open question for Kalie and Yann.
I can start if you want. Thank you, Eduardo. Thank you, Elena, for this presentation. I think first I would like to say it's not a popularization of scientists. I think the work of this artist is another perspective, even if we work in dialogue with scientists. And of my point of view, it's encompass diverse approaches that cover a wide spectrum of perspectives. And I like to embrace different notion in my heart, different notion of concept. And like I told you, it's like about ecofeminism and environmental issue, and how I can link both, and how I can link the woman condition with the ecology, and especially the Posidonia. I think it's important today to deliver a new narrative of climate change instead of the dystopia, and create a dialogue with this living environment to which we are inherently belong.
Super. And Yann, it's hard for you use the artistic language to explain something that also considering that is still an unknown environment. It's hard to explain, or maybe it's the only way using the artistic language to explain something that we unknown.
Yeah, I think it's. I really like what my colleague said, because this is right. We are not only here to create some communications or to be simple visual links. There is something else. There is something very profound. There is something which is close to the relation between not only human, but human and animals. And it creates a synergy between, I think, the role we have as an artist to make a sort of bridge between not sensibility, but something more alive inside us. But we with the industry and with all that rays of capitalism, we've forgotten very profoundly. And what we have to do now with SDGs, of course, and maybe Elena mentioned that I'm an artist observer in UN till 2007, when I was in the Ocean Council in June. It was very interesting, because even it was by distance, but it was the occasion to talk with some NGOs, some responsibles. And as an artist, I think my role is not only to create artworks, but to feel a situation and to transmit something like an energy. And one of my medium is art video, for example. This is why I am here today. But as a citizen of the world, as the citizen of the ocean too, I think it's very important to talk about these points with you.
Super, thank you very much. Yes, we consider also, we use the in Posidonia, we use I don't know if it's the correct words, but we use the language art to go deeper in a part of it's could be impossible to explain, to move, because we think that what we love, what we move inside can really change our world. So we thanks for your work and your sensibility to explain, to go deeper in the human soul, the human being, and so maybe change something that we really need. So maybe the marine environment is affected, by several challenges, of which there are three are most important, that are climate change, marine litter, contamination, and loss of biodiversity. Your video are pieces that now we will you will talk about are strictly related with all. Indeed, marine litter seems linked with turtle, selected by UNMAP, United Nations, as a bio-indicator of this impact in the Mediterranean Sea and loss of biodiversity. For the dance of the all-mother Posidonia nets, the most part of our species. So the other question, how did you select such appropriate themes and so well described in your performance to underline the huge challenge of our seas?
For both?
Yes, we can.
Yes, for one or the other. Maybe the turtle, starting with the turtle and then Posidonia, but the themes is very important and both. But maybe Yann, if you want to.
Yes, I think the process was described about the relation with scientists was based, and with Jesus Thomas, is a scientist from Valencia. It was really interesting because we learned a lot about each other, and the idea of this project is to keep a trajectory, the same trajectory between turtle and the human. I was the human person who was linked with the turtle, and the idea was to be close to the turtle and create a relation very special in clinging the turtle's back. Then the idea it was to be close to the slow progression of the turtle and to feel and to make feeling that progression. The idea is the aim is to raise awareness among the population by involving them in participatory process, mainly involving children or adults. But it's the idea that when I am in the turtle's back, all the humanity could be so close to the turtle. And with Posidonia, you know that spirit of involving. Then I think it's very important to make that sensation, because it means that the result is human and animals are in the same way, and there is the same energy we are sharing, because it's magnetic energy with our bodies. And maybe you know what Mesmer made in the 18th century about all his works about energy. But this is the idea that there is a magnetic energy between ourselves and animals, but we've forgotten it. Then I want to create again that sensation and talk about the light pollution, of course, which is which is a risk between future of turtles, of course, but for the humanity, entire humanity. And this is a focus.
Yes, I want to add something. Yes, of course, there is a. This is a very, very general idea between our relations and animals, with animals and nature. But I would like to add that when we met this person who Yann mentioned in his speech, Jesus Thomas, this is scientist. He's very, he was a huge passion, and he's also already as an animal, you know, he's the person who are very, very involved to this relation with the turtles. So when we met him with Yann, it was really, I mean, we did a lot of talks, a lot of meetings with different scientists, and they proposed us a lot of subjects, a lot of researches. So they, and for Yann, it was super interested to. He was impressed of this.
It was
this meeting. Yes,
huge impression, of course.
And then we met another scientist also who provides some materials to Yann, Nathan Robinson, and he's the same. He's just like crazy about this subject, about this problematic. He's very in close relation with the turtles. So these examples very inspired Yann to create this, to talk about this huge problematic, with this example, with this particularly with saying something about the turtles and light pollution. But of course, you're right. It's more than this. Yes.
The focus is to envision as an embodiment of artistic energy. And my idea is to envisage solutions, including light filters, to improve the turtle's gazes, as well as effringement through the strength of the turtle increases the potentialities of the artistic act, is in contact with population and natural environments, with that idea of the close video between a turtle and human act. And then this idea is contrary in contradiction with the reality of what industry and cities are doing to the nature. And it was interesting to maybe to think about another way for that relation with turtles. And thank you, Elena, for helping me to, I think, be closer than the reality of the scientist research at the moment in that area, because this is really a preoccupation for the people of that country, but it's real preoccupation for everything which is appearing in the world about turtles, because this is our ecosystem which is really in danger with that process of light pollution. And now I think this is more large. Of course, it's the occasion to promote resolutions of conflicts, maybe between turtles or between talking about that kind of process. But this will help, I think, population to feel as the animal and as the turtle, not to think outside, really far from them.
Yeah, we are in the same ecosystem. We are part of this. And what about Kalie? What about Posidonia? Because we talked just before the speech of one of the ancients, the oldest living being in the sea. So why do you choose Posidonia? And because is not an animal, and but it's such appropriate theme talking about Mediterranean ecosystem.
Yes, I choose Posidonia first because I grew up close to the Mediterranean Sea, and I was always fascinated by plants in general. And this topic was directly related to my artistic research on kelp forest. It's an algae from the Pacific Ocean in California. And what I love with algae and plants is they are the key of life on Earth. This is the first element to appear on our planet. And this is really interesting to approach and to explore the source of the living and permit an interconnection between everything. And of course, we unknown the power of the Posidonia oceanica, and most of the artists and of the scientists are focused on the animals. And I thought it was always really important, if we want to embrace the global ecosystem, to talk about plants too, and algae. So for me, Posidonia oceanica, it's an amazing source of inspiration. And in my movie, I related to a human woman, a really old woman who is dancing like a plant with a slow movement, but at the same time, really a beautiful shamanic dance she did in front of the sea to make a parallel with the Posidonia, and to make a parallel to this ancestral plant with a lot of riches to deliver for humans.
Yeah, of course, and then we know as Posidonia, but we fight to explain how Posidonia it's important to manage the balance of all Mediterranean Sea, because it's like a forest, no? So it's protect biodiversity, and then change oxygen with carbon, so make a lot of things. And I appreciate a lot to this way to explain Posidonia, because I think it's very, very important that all people knows about it, and just create this link, this deep soul link with thanks of artistic language to be closed to this part. So I don't know if because we go inside your project in different ways, not what we are planned, but if you want to talk something, maybe because after this speech we will see the 2 art pieces. But maybe if you want to Yann, I want to do a question in the technical part of the recording.
Yes.
So how do you do, and something like something spicy?
In my work, there is a relation between reality and fiction. And what I like to develop is a sentiment of appartenance to a story. And without that sentiment, people cannot be reactive to some kind of subjects. And that subjects we are talking about with SDGs and with the question of the ocean needs people involvement immediately, right now. Then without that immediate involvement, we cannot do something very efficient. Then with Dynamo Fukushima in Grand Palais, maybe we have seen there was 24,000 people involved. For Eiffel Tower, there was 80 million people involved. This was not because of the creation itself. It was about the récit, the story, and the fiction which was involved in the story. And what I wanted to do in video, it was the same relation. The relation to be close to the turtle is the idea that I am in the turtle's back. And this idea of turtle back is a technical thing, of course. There is that document which is from scientists, and I worked with as a base, as a material, and there is the metaphysic relation with the turtle and the poetic relation. And what the philosopher Richard Schusterman say, this is a relation between soma and aesthetic, the somatic view and the aesthetic view. And there is an aesthetic point, of course, with the remnants of the video and the movement of the turtle in the Mediterranean areas. But there is, outside of that, there is a somatic view which is due to the colorimetry. Colorimetry is exactly the colorimetry which the eye of the turtle is seeing, more yellow and more blue, and little red too. But it's something very different from the reality of the human being. And I wanted to show this thing, and it helps to understand better which is the sentiment between the relation of Mediterranean areas and turtles, and how turtles can have some the same sentiments we are feeling ourselves as human.
Super, thank you very much. This is very good. And Kalie, you use in your art pieces a totally different way of record the video. And maybe if you want to explain something technical, and then I would like to know what kind of feedback did you receive about your art piece?
Okay, so for this film, Priority Habitat, I work in close dialogue with the scientists from IDEMAR Institute in Valencia in Spain, in part of my residency at Maritima01. And it was such an interesting and deep collaboration because during 2 weeks, we learned about a different topic from the Mediterranean Sea, and especially Posidonia for me, because I could ask all my questions, and it was a really different approach to the scientists who feed me a lot with their data. So this collaboration, I would like to insist, because this collaboration is, of course, the start of this film, and how this collaboration inspired me a lot and helped me to put the things in perspective. For that, my film is a shamanic dance that explores the underwater movement of the marine plant Posidonia as a quest for survival. And this project depicts the spiritual journey of an hybrid being metamorphosis into a creature half human and half plant at the border of 2 living species. And this project for me is at the intersection of art, performance, science, ecological commitment, and our action in face of the global warming. And I'm really proud to be part of this residency with Elena on Maritima01. That is, I think, a good way to act in front of this climate change. Like I used technically, it was of course my camera and the data, and I tried to transmit that in a poetic dance between earth and sea, and how earth and sea are linked and interconnected and interdependent. Yes, and what I of course receive a beautiful feedback about this film from Elena, such a cute anecdote. She told me that at the museum, Contemporary Art Museum in Valencia, when the staff installed the films, the technician stopped to work, stop their work to watch Priority Habitat until the end, and that made me, of course, really happy to know about even everybody could watch this film and have an emotion, and even if you are not artist or not scientist, you can have a feeling, a strong feeling about Posidonia.
Yeah, thank you very much. Really a good. The both pieces, art pieces, are very good, and then I think that this, like you explained before, it goes deeper in the human soul, so you can move. Yes, and then I appreciate a lot to use a woman to explain what Posidonia. To use, I don't want to make a lot of a spoiler of art pieces, but to use an old woman to underline the ancient part of the Posidonia, so the role in the Mediterranean Sea, and then use the woman is like a mother earth, no, a mother sea that brings life and all this stuff. I think that it's really inappropriate. I think that Yann have some problem of connection, so he's gone. But no problem. Elena, do you want to close this speech with something more, and then?
I would like to say that we received a lot of very good feedback from experts too, from works of Kalie and Yann, and we represented it everywhere already, in Paris and Good Planet Foundation, in Loop Barcelona Festival. It's a festival of art, video art, and if you want, we can share with you, if you want now, or maybe I can send you the link to share the interview of scientists. So we recorded, but it's just they explain in this interview, they just explain the problematic. Maybe it could be interesting to show it before, to see the films, to see the video.
Of course, because before each video we will put the scientist interview.
Yes.
And here I want to share in this window just the web of Maritima, that you can see all the information in www.maritima01.com. So you can see the vision and some works and something about the project. So for sure you will find the link in our web, in our social networks. And from Friday to Sunday we will see the video of Kalie and Yann, and the interview of the scientist that explained the problematic. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And that's it. So maybe we hope that next year we can join and meet physically, because I think that physically the art is stronger than digital, but that's it. Now,
yes,
yeah.
we hope we can collaborate next time physically, and we can provide you more videos, so that could be great. We will be all very happy to collaborate, so of course.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, have a good day.
Ciao. Ciao.